Hello YouTube, DeGunNut here. It's another great day to be an American. Let freedom reign. Today I'm going to share the results that I obtained shooting these Hornady 140 grain bowtail hollow point bullets in my Savage Model 110 Predator Hunter in 6.5 Creedmoor using H4350 and IMR 4451 powder in Peterson brass with Winchester large rifle primers. A little more information about the gun. It is a 26-inch barrel. It is a 1 in 8-inch twist, and it has a Burris Veracity 4 to 20 power scope on it. I was really hoping that these 140 grain match bullets from Hornady would shoot as good or better than their ELDM bullets. And I saw that Johnny over at Johnny's Reloading Bench had good results with these bullets. So I decided to give them a try. And besides, they didn't have ELDMs at the store at the time. So let's head out to the range and put these rounds down range and see how they shoot. We'll get some crony data, and we'll come back here and talk about the results at the bench. Morning guys, we're out here today at the range. We're doing a little reload comparison here. We're working with 140 grain bowtail hollow points, and we're shooting them with both H4350 and IMR 4451. So you can see the charge levels there. Show you around here quick. These are Peterson brass, Winchester large rifle primer, and Hornady 140 grain bowtail hollow points. And we have both H4350 and IMR 4451 ready to go. We're shooting at 100 yards. It's about 20 degrees. All right, starting out with 4350. What is that? 39 grains. 39 grains. 4350. Send one down. See what we got. .2603, just to the left of the bullseye. No pressure signs, which I wouldn't expect it. It's a fairly low charge. Yeah, not horrible. 2603. Remember what I got in the first shot. We'll see. Crony doesn't like to work very well in the cold weather. It's a little chilly and batteries die. That was just that. I think I was to the left just a little bit on that one. 2587. A little slower velocity. And the fourth shot. 39 grains. I think I had a good trigger pull on that one. Wow, that was quite a bit lower, 2559. For whatever reason, didn't have very stable velocities that time around.
All right, we just finished shooting 140 grain Hornady bowtail howl points with both H4350 and IMR 4451. And I don't know if you can see that on the screen, but it's definitely snow started picking up here. Groups, not what I was expecting. In fact, this video is kind of turned into a little bit of a train wreck. And when we get back to the bench, we'll talk about that. We'll take a quick look here at the target outside, and then we'll drive the 40 minutes home, and at some point get on the bench and work through this. But the H4350 groups are on top. Minus this is a 140 grain ELDMs. My first 4 with that and my last 4 with that, just to see if I was shooting about the same. And then the 4451s are on the bottom. And here was a completely unprepared shot to the right. Definitely a flyer. The gun went off and I wasn't completely set.
So as a baseline, I started my range day with some 140 grain ELDMs with 39.5 grains of H4350. These 4 shots went into 1.09 inches, which is kind of on the large side. I'm going to kind of attribute that to a cold board, cold shooter. At the end of the range session, we shot 4 shots, the same load, into 0.61 inches. So things had tightened up a bit. So that's kind of our comparison point there, if you will. So starting out with H4350, the first rounds were loaded with 39 grains. So we were using from 39 grains up to 40.5 grains of H4350. First 4 shots went to 0.64 inches. So our baseline there, we had first 4 shots of the ELDMs with 39.5 grains, average velocity of 2654, extreme spread of 23.85, and a standard deviation of 11.78. Moving on to the first group with 140 grain Hornady bowtail howl points with H4350, we had an average velocity of 2588, an extreme spread of 44.05, and a standard deviation of 20.73. Obviously not what I was expecting from the results. I was expecting much tighter statistics than that. But the group size was pretty good. Moving on to 39.5 grains, these 4 shots went into 1.14 inches. Again, that's 39.5 grains of H4350. At 39.5 grains, we had an average velocity of 2586, an extreme spread of 3552, and a standard deviation of 15.37. So although the group size got bigger, the statistics got smaller. Moving on to 40 grains, we had 3 shots going to 0.42 inches, with the 4th shot opening it up to 1.29 inches. I do believe this was me. At 40 grains, we had an average velocity of 2629, an extreme spread of 7.99, and a standard deviation of 3.31. I did have 2 rounds that were difficult to chamber, and as a note here, the last shot was difficult to chamber and flyer. I believe I am not resizing my brass down far enough. I don't know if I ever recalibrated to the Peterson brass or if I had the settings as the same as with the Hornady brass. So I have to go back next time I reload these cases and double check my setting on my sizing die, because I did have several rounds in this session that were difficult to chamber. Moving on to the last 4-shot group with H4350 with 40.5 grains, we had 4 shots going to 1.04 inches. At 40.5 grains, the average velocity was 2636, extreme spread of 5252, and a standard deviation of 23.70. So the wheels basically fell off there. 40 grains was definitely probably the most promising combination of accuracy and statistics with the H4350. So before we move on to the IMR 4451, let's take a step back. We were shooting at 100 yards. It was 22 degrees Fahrenheit, cloudy and snowy, with 0 to 5 mile per hour winds. With IMR 4451, we started at 40 grains and worked our way up to 41.5 grains. The first 4 shots went into 0.88 inches. We had an average velocity of 2587, an extreme spread of 2376, and a standard deviation of 12.08. At 40.5 grains of IMR 4451, we had 4 shots going to 1.17 inches. So 40.5 grains of IMR 4451, we had an average velocity of 2593, extreme spread of 48.62, and a standard deviation of 21.88. Again, not the statistics I was looking for. Moving on to 41 grains, we had 3 shots going to 0.49 inches, and then I did have a round go off before I was completely set. Bad trigger management there. That was definitely me. So I'm going to go with 0.49 inches for the three shots. And at 41 grains, we had an average velocity of 2613, an extreme spread of 18.07, and a standard deviation of 7.54. So the statistics definitely improved. At the 41.5 grain charge level, we had 4 shots going to 0.87 inches. At 41.5 grains, we had an average velocity of 2663, extreme spread of 55.64, standard deviation of 24.45. So again, we had some pretty poor statistics. Overall, the groups were not horrible, but they definitely were not what I was hoping for or expecting. I think the 40 grain charge level of H4350 and the 41 grain charge level IMR 4451 seemed to have the most promise with this bullet. So I'm going to load some more rounds up at those charge levels and try them out and see if we get rid of our flyers and see how the statistics hold up. All right, so let's go ahead and take a quick look at the brass. The H4350 is going to be here on the left. And those black marks are just me marking my cases so in case I put anything in the wrong place, I can remember the charge level. Doesn't really look like there's anything there to be concerned about. Got a little bit of flattening over here, but it's always hard to tell, or if it's just a soft primer once we get to the 2 higher charge levels. And then over here on the right we have the IMR 4451, and your lower charge level is going to be here on the right, and working our way to the left. Those actually look a little less flattened to me, but it's really hard to tell. I don't see anything here. I don't see any ejector marks or anything there to be concerned about, which I wouldn't expect at these charge levels. We stayed within the book guidelines. So the 140 grain Hornady match boat-tail hollow point was not what I was hoping for. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't at the level of the ELDM for me and my gun. So I will probably move back to the ELDMs, but I will use up these matches and see if we can get a little bit better results. Hope you guys found this video useful. If you did, please like and subscribe. You guys be safe out there.